Good morning. Happy Wednesday. This week is flying by. I can't believe we are in the last day of the Own Your Power workshop. If you are not in my free community, Living Free and Fearless, I will tag it below after this video. Join the group because you won't want to miss day 3. And if you missed the other 2 days, you can go and check them out. They are up there and you are welcome to watch the replays. As you are watching this replay, drop a hashtag fearless in the comments below so that I know that you watched. I don't know what my feelings are about this live, but it's something I need to talk about because I had a post go crazy yesterday. So if you guys are jumping on live, say hello. Let me know that you are here. If you are new here, hi, my name is Ashley. I am a former online health and fitness coach turned women's confidence and business coach. And I help women unlock their confidence by breaking the rules so that they can love their bodies, their bank accounts, and their businesses. And yesterday I made a post that not a lot of people agreed with. I will say this. I have a few things to say before I get started. So yesterday I made a post. I'll say what the post said and then I will go into explaining things for people because first I wasn't clear. Although I will say, okay, I'm going to say these things first. Number 1, hey Linda, I stand fully behind 100% what I said. I am not changing what I said or the message that I had behind the message. Hey, Don. Number 2, I am not against people. I am not anti-people. I am not anti-health. This is important for me to say. I am not anti-health. I am not against whatever is working for you. Fabulous. I am against diet culture. I am against intentional weight loss. I am against diets, and diets in the sense that you are losing weight, not just what you are eating, right? Like, I want to get that straight out first. So I'm not against anybody. I believe in health. I believe in all-encompassing health. That means your mind, your body, and your soul. Not just what you put in your mouth, not just the way your body looks. I also, yesterday, will say this. I have been in the health and fitness industry for 8 years. I have seen it all. I personally have been through it all. I have taken my clients through it all. So I have experience in the field. I also have spent the last year and 2 months researching and digging in deep and figuring out why I was feeling the way I was feeling about my body, why I was feeling the way I was feeling about my health, why I was feeling the way, all these feelings, not just me, but my clients. And so I've done a lot of research on this. I am not a professional. I am not a dietitian. I am going to, by the end of the year, be certified in intuitive eating and food freedom. So that's something I'm working towards. And I do have a lot of opinions about this. And I also feel like I am making waves with this message and I will not quiet down. So I will say that. Again, I'm not against anybody. I'm not against health. Let me explain myself. So yesterday I made a post and it said, if you are saying that it's not about weight loss, yet you post a before and after picture of yourself losing weight, it's still about weight loss. I don't take that back one bit. Diet culture has led us to believe that we need to be a certain size in order to be healthy. Diet culture has led us to believe that in order to have health, we need to lose weight. Diet culture has tied all of our worth to what our body looks like. Diet culture has ruined a lot of lives. I mean, it tried to ruin mine. It literally almost killed me. If you missed that post, that was yesterday. You can scroll down, you can see that. I'm not going to go into my story because I did a whole live video on it yesterday and I did a whole post on it yesterday. Here's the thing. We know for certain that 95% of diets and intentional weight loss fail, which means people gain the weight back. 66% of those people gain more weight back. And weight cycling is damaging to your body. Our bodies have a set weight point that it's meant to be at. And when we try to control it, and usually it's a range, But when we try to control it to be a certain size that we want it to be, it fights back. Our bodies work perfectly. And when we try to make it smaller and we try to do these things, it's going to fight back and say no. And then what happens is you're on this diet, you're on a roll, you feel good. You're like, maybe it's been a year that you feel really good. And then all of a sudden you're like, it's not working anymore. My body is fighting back. And so you start to feel like it's your fault. Everything is your fault. Why can't you follow this diet? Why can't you lose more weight? Why can't you maintain the results? Why can't you even start losing weight? Good morning, Bonnie. And then you think it's your fault when research shows that diets do not work. Diets in the sense of weight loss. Intentional weight loss does not work. It is not sustainable, right? And then there's this statistic that eating disorders are the number one deadly psychiatric disorder. Eating disorders are the number one deadly psychiatric disorder. Not addiction, not bipolar, not anything else. Eating disorders. I don't think many people understand that when you start on a health plan to lose weight, that an eating disorder could be a side effect of that. Diets don't come with a risk factor that says, oh, let me go on this diet and here's, I'm going to make you feel good at first and then I'm going to make you feel like absolute shit. And then I'm going to have you obsess over what your body looks and then I'm going to have you constantly obsessing over what food you're putting in your mouth 24/7. And then you're going to be thinking that you are a bad person because you can't follow through or you ate something that wasn't on the plan or you did this or you did that. There are no risk factors when you start in on a diet, right? It doesn't say this may lead to disordered eating. This may lead to a eating disorder. It does not say that. So my bone to pick is with diet culture, straight up. And here's the thing. I was in the industry for 8 years. So the things that I am talking about, I have done, and I feel 100% okay with calling other people out. It's not really calling other people out. It's really, I want people to see this in a different light, in a different perspective. I want people to be aware of what they're doing because I didn't know what I was doing. I literally spent Halloween weekend when I read the Fuck It Diet. I cried my eyes out for hours. I am not a crier. I cried and just thought, how many women did I send down this path? I can't believe I did that. Here's the thing, is I didn't know any better. And neither does a lot of people because they aren't willing to open their mind. Because we are told that if we're overweight, that it's feeding into a disease, which eating disorders are deadly, psychological disease, yes. Which, in fact, there's no proof that weight has anything to do with diseases, that weight has anything to do with anything. This is something that the medical field and the diet industry, which is a $70 billion industry, coined. They decided that this is the way it's going to be. How can they tell if somebody is obese? I am considered almost morbidly obese by the BMI chart. Like, how you cannot, every person is different. Every person's body is different. You can't say, these are the macros that you need to eat because that is what is going to work for everybody. There's no fucking magic pill. Our bodies want to work. Our bodies are meant to be hungry. I saw somebody yesterday, Lord praise. It's really hard for me to be on social media sometimes because I have seen the other side and I have crossed the line of this is my new normal and I don't diet and I just eat. And I do not focus on weight loss. I still focus on healthy activities and healthy habits. But she was saying how she wanted to do intermittent fasting, but how is she going to get through the morning without eating? If your body is hungry, there is a reason it's hungry. Diets mess up our metabolism. They mess up mess us up psychologically. They mess up so many things. They move your set weight point up. So if your end goal is to weigh more and have your set weight point go up, then absolutely go after the intentional weight loss, go after the diet. If it's not, let's do things differently. I also am not saying, and I should have said this at the beginning, that inherently weight loss is not bad. So here's what I'm saying. If you decide to stop focusing on the weight loss, stop focusing on the scale, stop focusing on changing your body, and you start to focus on the way that you want to feel, and you start to include some healthy habits, and you don't put restrictions on your food, and you see weight loss, fabulous. That's great. And if you don't, fabulous. That's great. So my point to the post yesterday is I cannot stand when I see things. I don't want to even say people, because again, it's not their fault. They don't understand. They haven't done the research. They haven't gotten to the point where things need to change. So when I see posts or people promoting things, and again, I'm not talking against the people, saying it's not about the weight loss. And then they say, follow this meal plan. It's food freedom. Follow this, do this. You're going to have confidence. You're going to gain all of these things. And then they show a picture of weight loss. I am sorry, but you're still promoting weight loss. And it's still about the weight loss. If you're showing weight loss, it's about weight loss. Period. End of story. I won't back down from that. I mean, you can try to fight me, but I won't back down from it. I won't. It's just not going to happen. Because it is dangerous. Are you telling these people that in order to have self-confidence, in order to have success, in order to look good, that they have to lose weight? What about that? I made a post, and I think I did a video on it, about how before and after pictures or commenting on weight loss is dangerous. It is dangerous. You have no idea what's going on behind the scenes. You also are telling that person that they didn't look good before. I think we should be able to compliment people. I do think that. However, we all need to be able to be complimented. We all need to be able to feel good. It doesn't matter what we look like or what we're doing or whatever. The way that we take care of ourselves doesn't mean that we're a better person. And the way that we don't take care of ourselves doesn't mean we're a fucking bad person. We're all fucking human beings, and we all need to support one another no matter what. So if what you're doing is working for you, great. Like, keep doing it. I am not going to be quiet, and I will keep sharing this because I want people to be aware of what is going on and what is really happening. We live in a fat-phobic society. We live in a thin privilege world where people who are smaller get better health care, and people who are bigger are just told to go lose weight, but they're not treated for what they need to be treated for. There are so many different things that I can go into. There are so many different things that I can talk about. Okay, that's fine, Tara. Like I said, if what you're doing is working for you, great. However, if whatever you're doing is leading to weight loss, it is a diet. If you're making healthy habits and you're not focused on weight loss, and you lose weight, great. If you don't, great. You can actually change your health by not focusing on weight loss. That's great, Tara. I'm telling you that's great. But I'm not gonna say congratulations on your weight loss, because that feeds into people's psychological mental issues. And you were just as good before as you are now. And I won't back down from what I'm saying at all. And we talk so, like, I shared my whole story yesterday, but here's the thing. Like, when I was doing things the healthy way, that was a lifestyle, and I lost 30 pounds, my health was not good. My thyroid levels would not stay normal. My mental health was out of fucking control. I never was happy. I never had the confidence. I didn't have all of these things. I was constantly trying to get healthy because what I was told was, get smaller, you'll get healthy. Get smaller, you won't have these, all of these things. And then I was constantly fighting with my body. And I couldn't get my thyroid levels normal. My Hashimoto's was out of control. I stopped restricting. I started eating. I started just eating whatever I wanted to eat. I wasn't afraid of food anymore. I wasn't having these these discussions in my head, like, why the fuck did you eat that? You're such a fucking bad person. I can't believe you fucking did that last weekend. I can't believe that you decided to just go off the rails. And now you're gonna have to fucking work out so much harder next week. You're a fucking idiot. These are things that go through people's heads. I'm not saying that you can't make healthy habits, Tara. That's not what I'm saying. I think you're confused by my message. And you go through this cycle of beating yourself up. So I needed to get healthy mentally. I had enough was enough. When I got healthy mentally, when I started fueling my body, when I started being less stressed, when I stopped fucking worrying about things, I got my life back and I got my health back. Yes, I still work out. Yes, I still eat salads. Yes, I still have donuts. Yes, I still have all of the things. I don't track them. I don't have any rules around them. I have complete freedom around food because I am not focused on weight loss, because I am not focused on getting smaller. I'm not focused on controlling every single thing that goes into my body. And people can have this too, but we have to change the dialogue. We have to change the way that we're talking about things. And until we do that, and until we can change the stigma that goes around all of these things, until we can start getting health providers to actually provide healthcare to people who are bigger, like, I'm not going to stop talking because that's important. You send somebody in to a healthcare provider that has a knee problem and is a smaller person. They're going to send them to physical therapy. They're going to figure out what's wrong with their knee. You send somebody that is considered overweight or bigger into the office, and they're going to say, go lose weight. Then that person is going to go try to lose weight. What are they going to do? They're going to go exercise on a bad fucking knee and fuck it up even more. When in fact, if that healthcare provider would have just sent them to physical therapy, could fix their knee. Then they could start exercising. Then they could start putting in all these healthy activities. Weight loss does not equal health. Period. End of story. Like, I will not shake from that at all. And I said that it did for 8 years. So what I'm asking is that people keep an open mind from this. What I'm asking that is, if you are triggered by what I am saying, look inside. Because here's the thing. I was triggered by other people that were saying this to me last year. I remember coming across a Instagram account it's now called Break the Diet Rules. It's like one of my favorite Instagram accounts. They are they are anti-diet dietitians out of Florida, Jacksonville, I think, or Palm Valley. They're great. If you want to go follow them, you want to have more information on this, they are very informational about this. That's great. Great, Tara. So, I would get triggered. I would get so triggered, right? Like, she made a post about the containers. I used to follow the container system, and that container system, like portion control fucked me up, you guys. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I'm not even gonna be quiet about it. I've been quiet about it and like tiptoeing around it long enough because people are like, well, you're talking bad about this. Well, yeah, because it fucked my life up. It fucked me up. I'm not gonna not talk about it anymore. Like, I'm gonna talk about it. And so anyways, she had made this, she used to do, hey Adrian, she used to do this Fuck Diet Culture Fridays. She doesn't do it anymore, which now looking back, like, I wish she would still do them because they're my favorite, and you can go back and you can watch them on her IGTV. However, she did one that talked about the containers and talked about Beachbody, and I was like fucking triggered to the nines. Like, that's bullshit. This is a lifestyle. This isn't disordered eating. This isn't restricting. This isn't all the things. And now I go and look back and I'm like, holy shit, it was disordered eating. And it definitely, what she said was 100% true. And so my point of telling you that story is, if you're being triggered by what I am saying, I want you to take a step back. And actually, you know, the conversation that happened yesterday was a great conversation. It was very open. People were not like calling each other names. It was a really good conversation. And I had another conversation with a good friend of mine who was like, I have had no issues with my weight or diet or thinking about any of that until you started posting. And so she's like, I'm trying to figure out why I was triggered. And we got down to the bottom of it, and she was triggered because she's a vegan, and she was triggered because I was using the word diet. And I was using the word diet in the sense of weight loss, not what you eat. And I'm not against anybody that wants to be vegan or does anything like that. It's like when there's restricting comes in, when you go vegan, not for like your personal reasons or whatever reason you're going, like if you're not strong in the way that you're living and you're triggered by what I am saying, it's time to look inside, and it's time to see why, and it's time to take an open perspective. And it's also time, like I will get a lot of people who come to me and they're like, I disagree with you. And I'm like, okay, if you disagree with me, I challenge you to read Anti-Diet. Like that's the number one book I would recommend. The Fuck It Diet is good. However, Anti-Diet has way more research in it. And they're like, no, I'm not going to read that. Well, if you're not even open to seeing the other side, if you're not even open to hearing about other things, then that's your problem, not mine. And I like the discussion needs to end. I have done all of the research. I have done all of the research on AIP. I did keto for 2 years. I'm actually in a keto, I wonder if I have it. I wrote into the author of a keto cookbook, and I love the woman still. Like, I have nothing against her because she still talks about keto. However, like, I did it for 2 years. It freaking ruined my hormones. And I'm in that book. Like, I have done the research. I have physically tried all of the things. And if there's something that you want to, throw at me and tell me, I'm still willing to be open-minded and see a different perspective. However, I am on this side now, and if you're not willing to do the same with me, then it's like, I can't really have a conversation, right? It's kind of hard. And it is hard. I'm standing up and I'm saying something that goes against what society believes, what we have been taught to believe, what we have been afraid of. We're afraid of food. We are afraid of, and food is something that you need to live. When we talk about putting morality around food, where food is good and bad or clean or dirty, what happens to the people that can't afford those good foods and those clean foods? Do they just go straight into an eating disorder? Food is something we actually need to live, right? We can't not live without food. And so when you look at it as a bigger picture and the damage we are doing, it's hard. Like, even one of the people that I was having a discussion with yesterday, I could tell she was struggling with diet culture. If your doctor is telling you to lose weight and it's triggering you, go find a different freaking doctor. I actually had a really good conversation with my doctor the other day. So I'll say this and then I'll end this, because I feel like I've been talking for a really long time and I need to go work out so that I can move this energy. This is the reason I did this video early this morning, because I am very protective over my energy, and I'm very protective over like how I show up in the world. And so I have 2 trainings for I have the Own Your Power workshop in a little bit at one, and then I have a training for my clients in the Confidence Revolution. And so I have to make sure my energy is on point, and I knew that carrying this energy from that post yesterday was not going to be good for me. So anyways, I digress. If you have a doctor that is not a health at every size doctor, I suggest finding one. They're called Hayes doctors. You can find them. I personally went to a naturopath doctor after my Adderall addiction because I didn't want anybody to prescribe me any other drugs. And she worked with me. She, however, and this is all on me, she knew that, hey Dawn, good morning. She knew that I was a health and fitness coach and that I taught health and fitness and stuff. And so weight loss was a big topic of conversation since 2016. Every time I would go to her, I'd be like, I gained weight, I lost, I gained weight, I need to get the weight down. I show up online. When you are, it's one thing to be wrapped up in diet culture, but when you are actually in the industry, that's a whole nother topic that I'm going to start talking about a lot more, because I really am wanting to help people in the industry to to see the light, to be very mindful of what they are teaching and how they are coming across, and then to help them to promote themselves without having to promote weight loss. And so all of our doctor, I always do this sidetrack anyways. All of our doctor's appointments would be about losing weight, and which came down to my thyroid and a few other things. And so this last time that I hadn't seen her in like over a year, and this last time I went in to go get my blood drawn to get my thyroid level done, she was just talking about weight loss. And I was just kind of like, you know what? I just kind of like zoned it out, and I just kind of like agreed with her and didn't say much. I'm like, I did say I gained a little bit of weight, but I'm feeling good. That's all I said. And she just kept talking about weight loss. And so I left there and I was like, maybe I need to find a different doctor. Maybe this isn't going to work, but I like love her so much. And so when I went in to go get my results, I kind of just opened up to her, and I was like, you know, I kind of have gotten away from trying to lose weight, and I've kind of gotten away from trying to maintain my body. And look, my thyroid levels have never been this good. My antibodies were like at 400 when we were in the 30s. They're normal. Like, clearly this is what my body likes. And she goes, well, aren't you a health and fitness professional or whatever? I said, well, actually I've pivoted, and she stopped me right there. And this was when I was like, oh, she's my doctor for life. She stopped me and she's like, well, you know that it doesn't matter what you weigh, that you can still promote health and fitness, right? And I was like, I knew that. I know that there's other reasons why I have pivoted. But it was just so nice for her to listen to me and her to turn things around and say, you know, because I had focused so much on weight loss, that's what she thought I needed help with. And once I told her, no, that's not what I need help with anymore, she encouraged me, if this is your passion, like, keep doing it, keep sharing it. And I am still, I just do it in a different way. But it's true, you don't have to look a certain way to promote health and weight loss. You don't have to look a certain way to be, or not weight loss, I'm sorry, health and fitness. You don't have to be a certain way to be healthy or enjoy fitness or do things that are going to make you feel good. Like, you don't. And she like validated that for me. And it was like, oh my gosh, yes, I don't have to find a new doctor, because I really didn't want to find a new doctor. You can find, my point is, you can find doctors that you can say, hey, like, I love it because she doesn't weigh me. It's perfect. You can find doctors that are not focused on weight loss. You can find doctors that are health at every size. You can focus on being healthy without getting trapped into those risks that I talked about at the beginning with diet. So I am done. I'm going to step down now. Thank you for attending my TED Talk. If you guys want to get into my own Your Power workshop, make sure you join my Living Free and Fearless group. We're on day 3. If you're wanting to go deeper into this, if you are feeling like you are controlled by your body, if you are putting all your worth into your body, if you are putting all your worth into what you look like, if you are afraid to stand in your power because of what diet culture has done to you, or just, maybe it's not even diet culture, maybe you're just afraid to stand in your power, you really want to dig in and pull that powerful woman that you are out, More Than a Body opens in 2 weeks. This is my signature group coaching program. We are going to do all of the inner work, where you're going to unfuck this mind from all of the things that you have been taught, so that you can live the life that you want to live and run the business you want to live. Early bird pricing is available until Friday at midnight. So reach out if you're interested in learning more about that. I'm going to drink this. I'm going to go lift some heavy weights, move this energy. I hope you guys have a fabulous Wednesday, and I'll talk to you soon.